Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Let's get straight to a severe weather potential placing a major roadblock to 4th of July plans here in Lincoln. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jake Coleman. There's plenty of festivities going on all over the country to celebrate America's independence. But here in Nebraska's capital city, storms are brewing and threatening those festivities around town. All eyes especially looking up to the sky as thousands prepare to gather at Haymarket Park for Uncle Sam Jam tonight, the free Independence Day party facing a major threat of storms after a postponement from 5 to now 7 o'clock tonight. Many are worried, though, the celebration could end up being canceled if Mother Nature doesn't give way. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins for the latest on that development. Rusty?
Mother Nature just wants to have part of the fun. I mean, she's got her own fireworks that she can show at any time, and she wants to do it. So we have a severe thunderstorm watch in place until 11 p.m. tonight. Includes Beatrice, Lincoln, Omaha, Nebraska City, Seward, Crete, York, Hebron, Columbus. Just on the edges, Grand Island and the Tri-Cities, but close enough. Just keep an eye on things because Mother Nature doesn't care about our boundaries. We have plenty going on too. Severe thunderstorm watch off to the north and west. A severe thunderstorm watch for us. Most of the state dry. Line of storms, that's headed our way. Pockets of storms here, that's already here. One big line moving through Omaha right now, a weaker line moving through just to the southeast of Lincoln, and then more pockets of storms forming just southwest of the capital city. This is eventually going to make its way into our area. Now, some of these will weaken and not become severe. Some of them will strengthen and become severe. So we're keeping an eye on all of them. We're also keeping an eye on the flag. Gorgeous looking flag with some stormy looking clouds behind it at 27th and Yankee Hill Road, the Honda of Lincoln camp. So we'll talk more about the threat for tonight, how long that's going to last, and what the rest of the holiday weekend looks like in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Rusty. Now let's take a live look at the roads around the city to see how people are getting ready for the 4th. This is the overpass over the BNSF rail yard near downtown Lincoln. Doesn't look like due traffic there, but that could change very quickly as more people begin making their way over to the Haymarket area. And preparations are picking up all around the city, with many of us using the Now Local News app. To share how you're getting ready to celebrate America's birthday, citizen journalist Leroy showing us flags lining up that sidewalk in the home there, as well as its lawn decorated right in theme. And for those waiting for nighttime to crack up the fireworks, the storm, well, not stealing away their enthusiasm.
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle Da Silva and I'm reporting from the Wild Willie's firework tent here at South 13th and High Streets. And coming here today, I spoke to a lot of staffers and patrons, and one thing is very clear: patriotism is alive and well despite the severe weather alerts. Most people I spoke to are aware to expect rain, wind, and even hail, all expected during 8 to 11 p.m. tonight, peak launch hours. So I came here to see how are these alerts affecting sales and how people are proceeding with their plans. All of that information will be on our show tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock, so make sure you stay tuned to hear that reaction. I'm Danielle Da Silva reporting in Lincoln for Channel 8 News.
Now, of course, whenever severe weather hits, we got you covered. It's the best way you can make sure you don't miss any updates by getting our Now Local News app, keeping you informed on the app as the weather changes. That's where you'll also be able to share your videos with us, but make sure, of course, you're in a safe place before taking those videos. If you haven't already, go ahead and download the Now Local News app today. Well, developing now, LPD continuing a search, an active search for a missing child. They're asking for the public's help finding 14-year-old Maylee Figueroa. You're looking at her picture now on your screen. Lincoln police say she was last seen around midnight on Saturday, June 20th, leaving Bryan West Hospital. She's 4 feet, 11 inches tall, 95 pounds, brown hair and red streaks and brown eyes. Police say she was last seen wearing a black shirt with blue jeans, walking barefoot. If you have any information on her whereabouts, call LPD. Well, now to some new details and some work going on at Tri-County Public Schools. The district sharing these photos today. They say this is one major part of work they're doing to improve their facilities. Their summer crew preparing classrooms to welcome back students and staff next month. The work they're doing now involves painting, deep cleaning, shampooing carpets, and polishing floors. The district, though, is also right now carrying out major construction work to bring many improvements and additions to their schools. And now to celebrations for America's big 250th. Lincoln Public School Superintendent handing out a special assignment for students.
Read American history. I've got a couple recommendations for you from the America 250 summer reading list. How about Presidential Pets by Julia Moberg? Ever wonder about the strange animals that have lived in the White House? From John Quincy Adams' alligator to Teddy Roosevelt's garter snake, this book gives you history of America's leaders through the eyes of their favorite feathered and furry friends.
Dr. John Scretta sharing many other book recommendations for the America 250 Summer Reading Challenge that will teach students facts and details they may not find in history books. Well, a heat wave is impacting 4th of July celebrations all around the country, including in our nation's capital. ABC's Karen Nua has the latest from the Great American State Fair.
The heat's being turned up for America's 250th birthday. In New York City, despite tying its hottest morning on record, the Times Square ball dropped outside of New Year's Eve for the first time in its 120-year history. The first drop at 10 a.m. marked midnight in Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands. The ball will drop 7 more times to mark each American time zone at midnight. The bipartisan group America 250 has been planning these festivities for more than a decade, which also include a time capsule burial and more than 1,200 celebrations around the country.
I pledge to give America the most spectacular birthday party the world has ever seen.
When President Trump took office for his second term, his administration created their own group called Freedom 250. Their marquee event, the Great American State Fair. A Ferris wheel, state exhibits, all in the heart of the National Mall for 2 weeks. But these triple-digit temperatures forcing organizers to shut the fair down until 5 this evening.
The event has been postponed. We will reopen at 5 p.m.
The dress rehearsal for the Capitol 4th concert was closed to the public. The Freedom 250 rodeo was postponed. And Saturday's main event, featuring military flyovers and fireworks, has been pushed back from 1 to 5 p.m. Despite the heat, officials are bracing for record crowds, so security is tight. The FBI deploying anti-drone technology. And for the first time ever, a 3-mile swath of the Potomac River shut down to private boats all day.
We are prepared for any contingency.
Prepared for what's billed as the largest fireworks show ever, happening Saturday night in Washington. The display will blast off from these huge barges in the Potomac River. And tonight there's set to be a fireworks show in Mount Rushmore, which the president will be attending. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
The Nebraska State Troopers are working overtime to keep everyone safe on the road this 4th of July weekend. They're targeting impaired drivers as part of a campaign which began yesterday and will run through Monday. NSP says just in the first day, they've made 653 arrests for people driving under the influence. They say if you've been drinking and you need a ride, you can dial the number on your screen there to get a free ride. We also want to see how you're celebrating this Independence Day, whether it's with friends, family, or the community. Here are some videos our citizen journalists have shared over the years of their celebrations. Of course, download that Now Local News app and share your fireworks festivities, barbecues, and any other 4th of July fun you might have going on. Well, at this hour, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce hosting the wedding celebration of the year. Madison Square Garden transformed into a reception venue. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the details from New York.
It is one of the most anticipated weddings between two pop culture powerhouses. Today, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are dancing to this beat forevermore, celebrating their marriage at New York's Madison Square Garden. Over the past several days, workers have been seen unloading equipment into the arena. Though security fencing and privacy tarps are making it hard for Swifties to sneak a peek. Still, some are trying.
I can't wait to see the wedding photos and everyone who's in here today.
It's so nice to see her so happy.
This summer heat dome keeping it 100 or so degrees outside the arena.
Don't you sweat it, baby, it's all right. You were dancing through the lightning strikes.
Inside, sources tell ABC News roughly 1,000 people are expected to be in attendance. Reps for Swift and Kelsey haven't confirmed any details. Ahead of the event, a series of gifts, not to the newlyweds, but from them.
I'm blown away and overjoyed with that gratitude.
Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is one of 20 nonprofits that received a combined $26 million in donations from the couple. Dolly offered her thanks on social media.
And know that I will always love you. Mwah.
While details around the event are limited, Swifties have noted the significance of this weekend. It was almost 3 years ago to the day that Travis went to his first Eras Tour show, friendship bracelets in hand. He later said he was disappointed he didn't get to meet Taylor, at least not that night. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, New York.
And coming up after the break, former Huskers taking a shot. Our sports director Nate Johnson tells us what the former basketball stars are up against in the FIBA World Cup. And coming all new at 5, a major new achievement years in the making. The new addition to a Nebraska fire unit and how it's set to boost outcomes for firefighters.
Bringing you the most
A trio of former Huskers lacing it up on the court today in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. Ty Webster, Keisei Tominaga, and Jack McVeigh all played a role in their squad's victory. For the latest on all three, let's bring in Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson.
Hey, thank you, Jake. Yeah, it's great seeing, former Huskers play well on some big stages. The latest case of that being in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. Ty Webster, Keisei Tominaga, and Jack McVeigh all playing well for their teams today. Webster made his first national team appearance since 2019 and finished with 12 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds in New Zealand's 106-102 double overtime win over the Philippines. Tominaga came off the bench and had 7 points, including a pair of 3-pointers in Japan's 92-73 road win in China. And McVeigh helped Australia to a 124-52 rout of Guam. McVeigh finished with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists in just 21 minutes of action as all 3 teams grabbed victories. Monday's slated games will feature New Zealand hosting Guam, Australia hosting the Philippines, and Japan traveling to Korea as our former Huskers looks to help their countries continue their winning ways this summer. We'll see you back here in the Sports Zone for the latest. For now, though, Jake, we'll go ahead and send things back over to you.
We're developing now the brutal heat in the Northeast in the middle of an extreme heat wave with temperatures reaching triple digits. ABC's Sam Champion has more.
More than 180 million Americans are on alert as our life-threatening heat dome is expected to last through the holiday weekend.
It is sweltering out here.
Thursday, New York City seeing its first 100-degree day in nearly 14 years. The heat index making it feel like a scorching 106 degrees.
This is a different humidity. So yeah, we're hot.
The conditions putting strain on the power grid. Outages reported as Con Edison reduced the voltage to keep up with demand. Governor Hochul asking residents to conserve electricity. Washington, D.C. temperatures also reaching triple digits. The U.S. Capitol Police canceling the public viewing rehearsals for a Capitol 4th concert. The show now in jeopardy due to the heat. In Pennsylvania, more than 100 people were treated after being overcome by the heat at this historic train show. Across America, ER visits spiking. The CDC reporting a 36 times increase in heat-related illness reports in the Midwest this week.
When they're outside, they forget to drink water, take electrolytes, stuff like that. They think because I'm not thirsty, hey, I'm okay. But that's far from the course.
And careful at outdoor events. The Phillies taking extra steps to keep fans cool, distributing bottled water and setting up misting stations.
Had I known the forecast when we bought the tickets, I probably would not be here, but we're going to just sweat and have a great time.
Now let's get a check-in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins for our full forecast tonight as we face a serious severe weather threat. Rusty.
We're not alone either. There's many areas with the pink boxes showing up that shows a severe thunderstorm watch for southwestern South Dakota, our area obviously, and then towards Chicago into the Great Lakes, even over towards Pennsylvania and New York City, seeing the chance for strong to severe storms. But we'll zoom into our neck of the woods since that's where we're at. Strong storms moving through the Chadron and northern Sheridan County area. Severe thunderstorm warnings there. One severe thunderstorm warning just west of Omaha a little bit ago. We'll zoom in and kind of take a look at that. Looks like that severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire, but that's where it was right there. This is now moving through the Omaha area, a little bit of a break in the Lincoln area, and then these storms down here starting to get a little, ramping up just a little bit, just southwest of Lincoln. This is moving towards our area. Any of these could get strong to severe. Now, we're not out of the woods yet either. If this goes by us non-severe, we could see more. And then when this frontal boundary comes our way, overnight tonight, more storms a possibility. So there's a lot of parts moving around, doing all kinds of different things. So a huge area of enhanced risk, not just because of the storms that are out there now, because of storms that may form later on this evening. The storms that are out to the west will eventually move into this area. So there are many, many reasons for the enhanced risk, the slight risk, and the marginal risk for severe weather as we head through Friday into Friday night. So we'll kind of show that right now. These are the storms that are kind of out there right now in southeast Nebraska and northwest Nebraska. Most of the state dry, but watch what happens. They continue. They're not just one and done. They continue to keep popping up in different areas. It's kind of like when you boil a pan of water, trying to figure out exactly where those bubbles are going to start popping up. That's how these storms are going to be. Here, there, there. They're kind of all over the place. And then this line, this cold front, eventually meets up with all of this. and scattered showers and thunderstorms possible as that line moves through, and that should push everything off to the south and east. We get a quiet period and then another chance for storms out this way in western Nebraska. Notice eastern Nebraska quiet tomorrow night, but the western half of the state could see some strong storms like that right there by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Saturday evening. So because of that potential, western and southwestern Nebraska, a level 1 and level 2, marginal to slight risk for severe weather. There's a lot going on. Temperatures right now are in the 70s and 80s, 89 in Lincoln, but only 79 in Norfolk. Tonight, temperatures dropping into the 60s, highs tomorrow, not bad, in the upper 80s. We'll talk more about the severe weather threat in a few minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. A new exhibition by UNL showcasing America's history on its 250th birthday through quilts. The International Quilt Museum now displaying a new collection called Material Nation, 250 years of American quilts. The exhibition includes more than 250, of course, and quilt-related objects. The university says its museum has the largest publicly held collection of quilts in the entire world. It is open to the public right now through December 9th. And coming up here after the break, the cost of independence. Find out how the high cost of living is impacting people's 4th of July plans and what people say our freedom fighters would think about the state of our economy. Plus, all new at 5, fireworks fundraiser. How one local business is in Lincoln. Macon is using their sales from this 4th of July celebrations to help students in a Lincoln school.
This summer,
Right now, the high cost of living is impacting the way people are commemorating the country's 250th anniversary. A new survey revealing that many people are feeling the heavy weight of the economy, and it's costing them some joy and excitement this 4th of July.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Andrew Ward. Many Americans are feeling concerned ahead of the country's 250th birthday. A Wallet Hub survey finding that 77% of Americans say rising costs are threatening their independence. This comes at a time when inflation and other economic difficulties are forcing people to rein in their spending. It's not just rising costs on an individual level that are raising concerns for some Americans. 76% say our independence is threatened by the rising federal debt. The survey also found that nearly 9 in 10 Americans think the founding fathers would be appalled by how much debt the government is in. Meanwhile, that survey also finding that 3 in 5 people say high gas prices are impacting their 4th of July plans. It doesn't come too much as a shock, considering gas prices heading into the July 4th weekend are at their highest since 2022. Here's a look at a gas station in Lincoln just yesterday where prices were at $3.59 a gallon. This morning, AAA putting the national average at $3.82 a gallon, and here in Nebraska, that average is a bit cheaper at $3.57.
Now to one last look at your weather this 4:30 as you prepare for some potential severe weather on the way. Rusty, take it away.
We are watching this area right here closely. In fact, the severe thunderstorm watch has expanded. Now includes parts of south central Nebraska, kind of where that banner is at. There you go, these 4 counties right here. So you're looking at Clay, Knuckles, towards Fillmore, Thayer, Adams, Webster County. So severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m. And I know there's storms out there right now, and you're thinking, well, it just went through. We're done. No, there's going to be wave after wave after wave. In fact, here's kind of what's been going on. We had this first wave move through. It formed just directly over Lincoln and pushed through Omaha. And then this wave right here pushed south of Lincoln. And now this just popped up about a half an hour ago. That's expanding, and that's going to try to make its way towards Lincoln. Some of that could get strong to severe. This could pose another severe weather threat. So the western quarter of the state looking at another possible severe thunderstorm watch. Around here, though, there's that storm, and here comes another batch of storms right towards the capital city. So we'll take a closer look at that coming up at 5, 6, and then later on tonight at 10.
All right, thanks, Rusty. That's going to do it for your news right here at 4:30. Mackenzie Johnson is up next along with our team of reporters and now citizen journalists coming up here at the top of the hour. Stick with us.
The holidays
Source. This is Channel 8 News at 5.
Approaching the final hours in the countdown to America's 250th, and a severe weather potential is threatening to throw a wrench in all the celebrations tonight. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. Rod has the night off. A stormy start to the 4th of July weekend, and for those of you hoping to catch the big fireworks display, you might be out of luck. All eyes are looking up to the skies tonight. Thousands preparing to gather at Haymarket Park for the Uncle Sam Jam, the free Independence Day party facing a major threat of storms. Now, the start has already been postponed. It was supposed to start at 5 o'clock. It's been pushed back to 7 o'clock tonight and could be pushed even later. Many are worried that celebration could end up being canceled altogether if Mother Nature doesn't give way. Let's see what things are looking like outside right now through our network of cameras. Clouds over the capital city, and the wind may be blowing the flags a little bit. Looks like maybe it's calmed down. But what is coming our way? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins to find out. Rusty?
A severe thunderstorm watch has already been issued for parts of south central and southeastern Nebraska. It does include Lincoln and Beatrice and Columbus, Grand Island, Omaha, all right there in that pink shaded area. This goes until 11 p.m. this evening, and there's already storms out there, and this is just one of the waves. There's going to be many different waves as we head through the evening. In fact, there's some severe storms off to the north and west too. That will try to move into our area as we head through later tonight. But here's a closer look at those storms. A long wave of storms, non-severe right now, but they could get severe towards Omaha, and then another wave and a couple of pockets of storms moving through, getting towards Crete, Tobias, just north of Hebron. That's all headed towards Seward and Lincoln as well. So wave after wave of storms are going to be making their way north and east over and over again, and that won't likely continue into the weekend. So if you have outdoor plans Saturday and Sunday, most of it should be okay. Just a small chance for storms on Saturday, looking really nice on Sunday. We are seeing mostly cloudy skies in Lincoln. Honda of Lincoln Cam the flag pretty much still at 27th and Yankee Hill Road and 87 degrees. So we'll talk more about what to expect for the rest of the night tonight, as well as the rest of the holiday weekend in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rusty. Many of our viewers sharing their celebration plans with us tonight. For a lot of people, they're hoping to avoid the worst of the storms and light off some fireworks. That includes citizen journalist Bryce. He's out shopping at this stand outside of a Hy-Vee today and sending a video in to our Now Local News app. Now, even though most fireworks shows could face some rain delays tonight, preparations don't seem to be slowing down much at all. People filling up the many stands all around the capital city. This is just one of them, shared by Melanie to our Now Local News app. Channel 8's Danielle De Silva stopped by a firework tent today to see how their sales are doing. She's joining us live now. Danielle, what can you tell us?
Mackenzie, things are always popular the day before the 4th, especially here at Wild Willie's Firecrackers. And we figured that with the potential for some severe weather, it might just slow down some sales or potentially stop some celebrations. Well, the team here says not in the slightest. It says that it's not going to be stopping anywhere. The manager actually told me that she never doubted for a minute that customers would be coming in for the firecrackers.
I think it's just a celebration of being an American, and I think it's fun to do with your family, and I mean, who doesn't like to blow stuff up?
Melissa Erickson says Wild Willie's has been anticipating a huge turnout, so they made sure inventory is well stocked, especially their most patriotic items.
We definitely anticipated a lot of people just because of the 250th anniversary. It's definitely been staying on track. I think we've gotten a lot of sales, so hopefully we'll keep up with that.
Missiles, they're buy one, get four free. And I just bought the Slam Dance.
As for weather worries, it didn't damper the game plan.
Got a tent. We can pull the sides down. Hail, I mean, hopefully people just still come and go, even with hail and wind. As long as the tent stays up, I think we'll be okay.
And she's getting lots of help for the customers pouring in. Brady, Isaac, Helen, and Giuliano are just some of the football players helping out, all confirming there's been a boom of buyers.
I had one guy who came in and he had bought probably upwards of like $900 worth of fireworks.
No one's really worried about the weather from what I've seen.
And the overall vibe,
pretty American.
Customers proving this to be the truth.
We heard it's supposed to be bad tonight and tomorrow, but that's fine. We're not scared.
What are you excited for?
Light off fireworks.
Oh, we're going to be launching. We're going to be smoking. We're going to be doing it all. Yep, for sure. Right, boys? The rain ain't going to stop us?
Yep.
We're planning on still lighting off fireworks. Hopefully it's just a little sprinkle, but
what else are we supposed to do? We're going to party like it's 250.
Manager Melissa tells me they get even busier on the 4th because people are coming back to buy more stuff. Very fun. Reporting live from Wild Willie's here in Lincoln, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Danielle. And for the owner of Wild Willie's, selling fireworks is about a lot more than just getting a bang for your buck. They're donating a portion of their proceeds today to the football team at Lincoln Northwest High School.
That money gets used to, like I said, feed the boys, you know, any excessive things like T-shirts, anything like that that they need, that money goes to help them out. So it's definitely a big gathering here to make this happen.
She says their son also plays on the football team. Along with his teammates, the boys have earned the support by helping out at the tent. Now, many people are hitting the roads, traveling to see family and friends for the 4th. When it's time to top off your tank, you might be relieved by the prices at the pump. Citizen journalist Bryce making a stop at this Lincoln gas station and sending in a video to our Now Local News app showing a gallon of gas is now below $3.70 at some places. Other areas showing even lower prices at $3.59. Both Melanie and Brian sending in these videos. That's below the national average of $3.82 a gallon, according to AAA, and it's much lower than it was just a few weeks ago. Let us know what you're paying if you're on the road this weekend by sending in a video to our Now Local News app. And the Nebraska State Troopers are out working overtime, helping to keep everyone safe on the road this weekend. They're trying to stop as many drunk drivers as possible. It's part of a campaign that started yesterday, and it runs through Monday. And SP says just in the first day of this campaign, they've already made 653 arrests for people driving under the influence. If you've been drinking and you have no one to take you home, you can dial the number on the screen to get a free ride. Whether your firework display goes off with a bang or if the weather puts a wrinkle in your plans, we want to know. The Now Local News app is the best place for you to not only keep up with our storm alert team forecast, but also to send in videos of your own. Let us know how your 4th of July weekend celebrations go by scanning the QR code on your screen and sending in a video. Developing now, York County authorities are searching for the person behind a bomb threat. The swatting call prompting a huge law enforcement response at Nebraska Evangelical Lutheran High School in Waco. Deputies launching an investigation after a man called the school saying there were bombs inside and outside of the building. The sheriff's office searching the grounds but not finding anything. They believe the voice that called in the threat was computer generated using AI. While there was no credible danger for any students, staff, or community members, the sheriff's office says these swatting calls are serious. They will work to find the person responsible. When we come back, ambulance edition, you can find out why Malcolm Volunteer Fire and Rescue decided to spend money on a new ambulance and why it's definitely going to be getting some use. We'll be right back. asking for help in their search for a missing child. 14-year-old Maylee Figueroa is nowhere to be found. You're taking a look at her picture here on your screen. Lincoln police say she was last seen around midnight on Saturday, June 20th, leaving Bryan West Hospital. She's 4 foot 11 inches tall, 95 pounds, with brown hair that has red streaks and brown eyes. Police say she was also last seen wearing a black shirt with blue jeans and walking barefoot. If you have any information on where she might be, you're asked to call LPD. New tonight, Malcolm Fire and Rescue is getting an addition to their equipment. They just received a brand new ambulance, and it will now serve as their primary unit. Take a look at that there. The department got a $75,000 grant, and with that money, they were able to design a new vehicle meeting all their needs and specifications. They say 80% of the calls they get are EMS incidents, and another vehicle will be a huge asset to their district. Developing now, crews are working hard. They're fighting the fire out in western Nebraska. Fire officials say the Log Road fire near Crawford is now at 21% contained. Here in these pictures, you can see active flames and clouds of smoke. Crews are building a large fire break, which is a non-flammable barrier designed to slow down the fire. Large bonfires are being built to help reduce all the available fuel that these wildfires might have and help to speed up the burnout process. The team includes trucks from many different places like Sutton, Oxford, Harvard, Arapahoe, and Edison, and they've got more crews on the way. The red on this map here highlighting where the active fire is still burning.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Lots to get to this evening. This is interesting. See this right here? This just showed up. I was not planning on talking about this, but radar site is right here, and it is beaming its ray through hail in the higher upper elevation. So it scatters that, and it makes it go all wobbly like that. So that's a good indication that these storms right here near the radar site likely has some hail in it. So keeping a close eye on that. This line of storms and this line of storms and then this line of storms all potentially on the severe side. Now, because of that, we'll likely see a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of western Nebraska later, but for now, south central and southeast Nebraska, severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m. Large hail, damaging wind. Wind could be a main issue later on this evening, too. And a quick spin-up tornado, a possibility. Barry Lockham looking at an ominous-looking sky, looking towards downtown Lincoln. Barry Lockham, that may be a little active later on this evening, and it won't take long. There's a lot of storms out there. 80s for temperatures right now, still 90 in Beatrice. The dew point still up there, a little lower in Lincoln at 66. Everybody else in the 70s, so that may thwart some of the storms for a little bit, and that's kind of what's happening right now. But a big line of storms right here moving through Omaha. And this line right here setting up, and this is a little concerning because it is trying to set up like this, and if that continues, we could see over and over and over again storms. So that leads to some flooding issues, but we'll keep an eye on that. A very strong storm over here just east of Seward, northwest of the capital city. Another strong storm just southwest of Crete. Notice the lightning, not severe yet, but some small hail, lightning, and some heavy rain coming out of this. And then even further south and west between Tobias and Edgar towards Nelson, just north of Hebron here and south of Sutton, some strong storms. Again, not severe yet, but they're trying. They'll get closer, and these storms will continue to try and try and try. So even though these are out there now, if you're, say, in Columbus or Grand Island or Beatrice, not done yet, and that still has to come our way overnight tonight. So because there's so much going on, many moving parts to all of this, an enhanced risk for just about everybody in central and eastern Nebraska, slight risk, marginal risk a little further west. Large hail from Lincoln, Grand Island north and northwest. There's a small tornado threat. Now, it's on the low side, but a quick spin-up tornado, it happens with storms like this often. Usually doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but can still do damage. This, however, really, you can, I mean, it's like, whoa, what's going on here? Well, this is a high risk for damaging wind, not very high, not extreme, but high, right in the middle. This tends to mean 70 to 75, maybe up to 80 mile per hour wind gusts in this area. So keep that in mind as we head through tonight, because storms are going to be possible. This is 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., strong storms still out there. These linger through 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Now, this isn't exactly what's going to happen, but the potential is there for storms to keep going over and over. Notice by 10 p.m., it looks like it's trying to move east. They start to redevelop on the other side by 11 o'clock and continuing through midnight. Speaking of midnight, zooming out just a little bit, there's that wave that came at us from northwestern Nebraska. That makes its way into central Nebraska by midnight, lingers until about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then we kind of start to calm down a little bit. The next chance for storms will be in southwest Nebraska by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Notice most of central and eastern Nebraska quiet as we head into Saturday evening, and should stay quiet. It's western Nebraska and southwestern Nebraska that has the better chance. Lincoln, Grand Island, Columbus, Omaha, Beatrice, not in this for Saturday, but the further west and southwest you go, slight risk for severe weather. So lots going on. Tonight, temperatures in the 60s and 70s, highs tomorrow in the middle and upper 80s. 4th of July weekend, small chance on Saturday, better chance further west. And then we warm up, and just a small chance for storms Wednesday and Thursday. Other than that, a pretty dry and warm forecast after tonight.
All right, thanks for keeping us updated, Rusty. A trio of former Huskers lacing it up on the court today in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. Now, you might remember some of these names: Ty Webster, Jack McVeigh, and Keisei Tominaga, all playing a role in their squad's victory. For the details on how these three are playing, let's bring in Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson. He's live here in the studio. Nate, how's it going?
Hey, thank you, Mackenzie. It's great seeing our former Huskers play well on some big stages. That the latest case of being in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. As Mackenzie just mentioned, Ty Webster, Keisei Tominaga, and Jack McVeigh all playing well for their teams today. Webster made his first national team appearance since 2019 and finished with 12 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds in New Zealand's 106-102 double overtime win over the Philippines. Tominaga came off the bench and had 7 points, including a pair of 3-pointers. You know he does that so well in Japan's 92-73 road win in China. And McVeigh helped Australia to a 124-52 rout of Guam. McVeigh finished with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists in just 21 minutes of action as all three teams grabbed victories. Now, Monday's slate of games feature New Zealand hosting Guam, Australia hosting the Philippines, and Japan traveling to Korea as our former Huskers look to help their countries this summer keep their seasons alive. We'll see you back here in the Sports Zone. For now, Mackenzie will send things back over to you.
Love to see how they're doing moving forward. Thank you so much, Nate. Trending now, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are hosting the wedding celebration of the year. Crews have been spending the last several days transforming Madison Square Garden into a reception venue as a guest list of hundreds are making their way to the iconic arena as we speak. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the details in New York.
It is one of the most anticipated weddings between two pop culture powerhouses. Today, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are dancing to this beat forevermore, celebrating their marriage at New York's Madison Square Garden. Over the past several days, workers have been seen unloading equipment into the arena. Though security fencing and privacy tarps are making it hard for Swifties to sneak a peek. Still, some are trying.
I can't wait to see the wedding photos and everyone who's in here today.
It's so nice to see her so happy.
This summer heat dome keeping it 100 or so degrees outside the arena.
Don't you sweat it, baby. It's alright. You were dancing through the lightning strikes.
Inside, sources tell ABC News roughly 1,000 people are expected to be in attendance. Reps for Swift and Kelce haven't confirmed any details. Ahead of the event, a series of gifts, not to the newlyweds, but from them.
I'm blown away and overjoyed with that gratitude.
Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is one of 20 nonprofits that received a combined $26 million in donations from the couple. Dolly offered her thanks on social media.
And know that I will always love you. Mwah.
While details around the event are limited, Swifties have noted the significance of this weekend. It was almost 3 years ago to the day that Travis went to his first Eras Tour show, friendship bracelets in hand. He later said he was disappointed he didn't get to meet Taylor, at least not that night. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, New York.
Forward to seeing some of the pictures from that celebration. Now to the celebrations for America's big 250th. Lincoln Public Schools Superintendent handing out a special assignment for students.
Read American history. I've got a couple recommendations for you from the America 250 summer reading list. How about Presidential Pets by Julia Moberg? Ever wonder about the strange animals that have lived in the White House? From John Quincy Adams' alligator to Teddy Roosevelt's garter snake, this book gives you history of America's leaders through the eyes of their favorite feathered and furry friends.
I'm loving the outfit there. That's Superintendent John Scretta putting on his Pride outfit and sharing many other book recommendations for the America 250 Summer Reading Challenge. It's teaching students facts and details that they may not find in history books. Coming up after the break, musical marching. Find out which two Nebraska schools are representing our state at the big celebrations this weekend in Washington, D.C. and hear when they'll be playing in front of a massive crowd. We'll be right back. Nebraska are ready to shine at the America 250 celebrations in Washington, D.C. The two schools from Nebraska have been selected to be part of an American historical event tomorrow. Bishop Newman Catholic and Grand Island High School are set to perform in the National Independence Day Parade in D.C. Pretty exciting for those students. We'll let you know how their performances go this weekend. But it's a good thing they're not here. Maybe, hopefully, no parades are going to get messed up with all the weather, Rusty.
Well, they are going to be dealing with a lot of heat.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
going to be really hot out that way. Around here, storms tonight, and that's what's going on out there right now. Oh, there it is, severe thunderstorm watch. I knew the National Weather Service was going to do this. Severe thunderstorm watch for parts of western and northwestern Nebraska. I don't know how long it goes because it just literally happened seconds ago. But southeast Nebraska, that goes until 11 o'clock this evening. Line of storms in southeast Nebraska and a line of storms in northwest Nebraska. Everything's slowly but surely moving east. So we'll zoom into the storms that are moving through southeast Nebraska. Look at that big storm in northwestern Lancaster County. That may get severe here as it moves towards Saunders County and towards Omaha. Another line of storms out that way. So here's how this is going to work. Storms will form and then relax a little bit, and then more storms are going to be possible after that. So once storms move through, don't give up. There may be more later.
All right, good to know. Thank you, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us. World News is coming up here next. We'll be right back here at 6 o'clock. Stick with us.
Closed